Danny Vegas time. Danny Vegas World. Pow, pow, pow. Segment 2, meat and potatoes of the show. Of the first show of 2017 with hashtag Firestarter, hashtag One Lucky Gal, hashtag Jody the Rock Rocco.
I should make that a hashtag.
You are a hashtag.
You can give me an @ symbol for now.
Okay.
At Jody Rocco.
At Jody Rocco. And she has, you go to Jody Rocco, she has you have the blue check mark for your page because you are famous.
I'm verified, yes.
You're verified, that's the word.
Verified Facebook page. And I'm working on the Twitter one.
Okay.
Twitter's hard.
Is it hard?
Twitter's hard. Facebook was like, let me have your blood type, let me have your contracts, let me see everything. Especially like with Milli Vanilli, I had to show him. I had to show him contracts. I had to show him everything. So, but Twitter's like, yeah, we looked at your stuff, not interested. Thanks. Try back next year.
Really?
I'm like, wait a minute. My name is on at least 46 million copies of something.
Twitter quit being bitches to my friend Jody the Rock Rocco.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get into the little meat and potatoes of the show. Now, January 1st, New Year's Day, New York City, superstar Mariah Carey, international entertainer, came on stage to do her bit for the big New Year's Eve celebration.
Let's be accurate. It was not New Year's Day. It was New Year's Eve.
Okay, well...
The 31st, not the 1st.
Okay, let's be accurate. Okay, it wasn't midnight yet in New York City, so I guess we can call it that. So on December 31st, Mariah Carey was scheduled to do this great bit for New Year's Eve. And according to what I've heard, Jody, it was kind of going south way before that. So now here's the cool thing. Jody's been in this business for, not only she's been my friend for many years, but she has literally been in the singing, entertaining, albums, international star, all that stuff for decades. So she knows exactly what's been going on, and she has a take on it that maybe some of us don't, because I know a lot of us, all we want to do is laugh and call her names like we always do because we are basically feeling jealous of the fact that we don't make millions of dollars every year. So tell us, I'm going to tell you what I saw. You tell me. Now, it seemed like when she came out, she already knew. She knew something was wrong. And you could look at her face. You could tell her first thing when she came out and says, I can't hear, but here we go. We're just going to do it.
No.
So you tell us from the point where she shows up at the show to the point where she just said, F it, I'm out of here. Shit happens and I'm out of here.
Okay.
Tell us what happened.
First of all, she was already being interviewed before this, where she was fixing her hair and going like this and trying to get the best side because you're not allowed to film her from her one side. I don't know if it's her left or her right, but you're not allowed to film her from a specific side. So she makes sure that every contractual arrangement she makes, and she is on top of all her own stuff.
Right.
Nothing happens without her approval. Nothing works without the MC.
Right.
Diva MC is what I call her. So on that night, she was already talking to Ryan Seacrest before this.
Okay.
And she was already there, and everything happened. Here's where the breakdown comes up.
Okay, tell us what happened.
Well, from what I believe as well.
Okay, this is a little bit of speculation?
It's a little bit of speculation, but from what I could see, being that I've been in situations where I could understand some of this happening. When she got on stage, to me, it looked like she didn't even have an earbud.
Okay.
So that means she couldn't hear herself.
Okay.
So I think she went out on stage. Number one, there was no sound check.
Okay, no sound check.
No sound check. How do you do the December 31st in Times Square, honkin' New Year's Eve party, one of the biggest in the world in New York City, and not do a sound check? That already, to me, someone needs to be fired.
All right, stop. I have a question.
Sure.
How can you do, like, back, okay, you're on tour, your show's at 8 o'clock, you go to the arena at 3 in the afternoon, it's completely empty, you guys do your sound check. Mm-hmm. How does Mariah Carey do a sound check on stage in the middle of Times Square at 3 in the afternoon?
Mariah Carey has a group of people that she pays. This is her crew. Right. She has a crew that goes to every one of these things and checks every single aspect of what it's going to be for her on stage.
Right.
And she is a perfectionist.
Now, she's done this many times before.
She's been doing this since 1986, okay? So, I mean, her first hit was in 1990.
Right.
So, I mean, she's been on stage, she's been singing at the capacity she is right now, probably since Vision of Love.
Okay.
Since Vision of Love. No, she did not forget the words. No, she. All these speculations.
What happened?
What happened was when you're on stage and you can't hear what's going on, you hear nothing. I believe, in my opinion, that the playback, she was singing what we call half playback.
Half playback.
Half
Explain
playback
that to-
meaning-
what is that?
The mic is live, her microphone is live.
Right.
The music and the background vocals and all the backing tracks are on tape.
Right.
And they were phenomenal too because you could hear the backing tape playing in the background. There were no lead vocals. She was not lip
I thought there
syncing.
was one time that she stopped
Not to
singing and her
emotion.
voice kept going on.
Not on Emotions.
Okay.
Her very first song when she first came out, and
Okay.
she looked drop dead gorgeous. By the way,
Yes, she was doable.
I don't know. I don't know if I get into the whole bathing suit, type of thing. I loved when she put the wrap on, and
Right.
it was much more sexy. The less you show, the sexier you are. In my opinion.
Okay.
Okay. But once she got out there, and I think the playback started not at the beginning of the song either. I think the playback started actually where the sound check should have been.
Okay, so when you say playback, what does that mean? Now she supposedly
So
got
the
something
music
in her
is
ear.
she has an
Supposedly.
earbud. It's
And
a
what does that
monitor.
do?
She can hear herself.
She could hear herself sing.
And she hears the playback.
Okay.
And she hears the band, or her. If the band is live, she's
Right.
going to hear the band anyway. But her voice needs to be above the band music.
Right.
Otherwise, you hear nothing.
Okay.
It's like blocking your ears in an airplane flying overhead. You
Okay.
hear absolutely nothing
Okay.
without
Okay.
your ears. So when she came out, the beginning of the song, Emotions, starts out with a couple of really good beats.
Mm-hmm.
This one started out directly with the first verse.
Okay.
That's a problem because if you don't know that and you're coming out there and she wants to start singing and she's waiting for the first verse to come in, the first verse is already passed.
Right.
So that's when she starts singing Emotions.
Right.
And she starts to try to get into it because she heard what could have been at one point before a chorus or a bridge or a break,
Right.
the backing vocals.
Okay.
And then it went into the high note.
And she's
And then she was like, oh my God, I'm in the total wrong spot. So she's trying to figure out where she is. That was the first problem. The second
Okay.
problem, I think she might have been a little lit.
You think she?
I think she
there was a little talk about her being a little buzzed
I think she
out.
might have been, but I think she might have been drinking maybe a little bit of champagne, thinking
Right.
that this is just another day at the rodeo.
Right.
I am so good at what I do, which she is. She
Right.
wouldn't have a show at the Coliseum. She wouldn't have all these things going on for her here in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace. And I mean, is her live performance, her live voice, not as good as the way it used to be? Nah, it probably isn't. But let me tell you something.
She can still bring it.
People were comparing Mariah Carey to Milli Vanilli. Let me explain something. Mariah Carey, if she wanted to lip sync what she did to the second song she sang,
Right.
what she did was she got pissed off because she couldn't hear.
Right.
And that they went into full playback, which means the whole song is full playback. All you do is sing to the song.
Right.
You sing to the song whether your mic is on or not.
Right.
You always sing to the song because it makes it look
Right.
accurate, more accurate with the breathing, the
Right.
technique that you used when you were in the studio. And that's where people get in trouble. But don't compare her to Milli Vanilli. Why?
Why?
Because the boys never sang. She's lip syncing to her own voice.
Right.
Rob and Fab did not lip sync to their voices.
Right.
They lip sync to others' voices.
Right.
Okay? The girls that were on stage with Milli Vanilli, they lip synced to my voice and my sister's voice.
Right.
They did not lip sync to their own voices. Huge difference in my
I think
world.
a lot of people.
But people look at lip sync and they go, well, that's fake. No, it's not fake. She spent hundreds of millions of dollars putting this album together, putting these tracks together, getting all this together, going live. So she lip syncs to one song because she's having an issue. So there's parts that look at Britney Spears for the sake of the show. I don't care. If you're going to a live show like Britney Spears, or maybe during Mariah's show, she might do some
Right.
items in the show that are on tape or previously recorded. It should state it on the ticket. Parts of the show have been previously recorded.
Right.
We don't hold
They
us
do
liable
that
for
all
that.
the time, and we only got a minute. 40
I see no
left.
problem with
I
it.
mean, hey, the famous Kiss
I see a
Live
problem with the
album.
whole show.
They went back in the studio and redubbed some stuff. Whitney Houston.
Everybody does that.
Famous
Everybody
national
does it.
anthem. That was the lip sync job to her own voice, but.
Beyonce was lip syncing on the
Right.
inauguration for the president.
That's
Come
right.
on.
The question is, we got
And
a
I
minute
have no
20.
problem with it.
I don't either. My question is, we've got a minute and 19 seconds left.
Okay.
Whose head is on the pillory?
Okay. First of all, Mariah's team should have done a sound check.
Right.
If that's true and they never did a sound check, somebody has to be held responsible for not doing that sound check, number one. Number two, Dick Clark Productions. Dick Clark Productions should have done something in the interim. Ryan Seacrest is seasoned. He should have said, you know what, we're going to go to commercial, or we'll go to the next act that's up, or we'll be right back. We're going to fix this issue, and if it's not fixed, we'll put something else in the meantime. And they would have come out, they would have talked to Mariah, they would have put a full playback on there, she would have sung to the playback, they would have done something else. For me, it's TV Broadcast 101 Live.
Right.
I mean, you have to have something better than that. So I think they let her fall.
You think it's a conspiracy? Like
I don't
I've been
think it's a
hearing.
conspiracy, but I do believe that Dick Clark Productions should have done something else.
Okay.
And we did not see it live on the West Coast.
Right, we
They
did not.
went to somewhere the commercial. So why would they show it later to everybody then? So to me, that is not. I don't buy that. Someone's head's got to roll, and it's got to come from both camps, Mariah Carey and Dick Clark Productions.
All right. There you got it from backstage right here at the Danny Vegas Live Show. We'll be back for segment 3 because we've got some more to talk about. We'll be back.